Joining us now is spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kimiebi Ebienfa. Thank you for joining us on the program today, Kimiebi.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we're
I
talking
appreciate
about rights. And we're talking about, these anti-migrant protests holding in South Africa and the violence that has ensued. What is the official response of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the protests and the violence after?
The Nigerian government is not happy at all with the deadline, and we activated different channels of interfacing with the South African authorities. We invited the South African Acting High Commissioner in Abuja for a meeting. We summoned for a meeting where we made the position of the Nigerian government clear to her that we are not pleased with the molestation of Nigerians in South Africa. We are not pleased with insecurity faced by Nigerian nationals in South Africa. And again, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Her Excellency Bianca Odumegwu, have had different phone conversations with our South African counterpart, where they've been discussing at the highest level on how to resolve this issue. More so, the president of South Africa have had phone conversation with our own president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on this very issue too. The position of the Nigerian government is that we want the guarantee that the lives and property of Nigerians in South Africa will be safe. Nigerians will be safe in the streets of South Africa. Nigeria will be safe to conduct business in South Africa. The South Africans, on their own part, have stated that the government of South Africa is not in support of the protest. And we acknowledge that from the speeches from President of South Africa, their National Police Commissioner, and other highly placed persons in South Africa. But the concern of the Nigerian government is that fine, government is saying they are not in support, but we are not seeing tangible action that is being meted out to those that are the ringleaders of the protest. For example, if there is looting going on, vandalization of business premises owned by foreign nationals, there are South African security operatives in the vicinity, and they are not doing anything to stop those vandalizations, as the case may be, then it will be as if government is complicit, that as if indirectly government is allowing the protests to fester on. So that has been the concern of the Nigerian government.
You had said in a recent interview over 1,000 Nigerians had already registered. There's screening for those Nigerians. What is the number as at now, and how soon will they be repatriated or evacuated?
There is over 1,000 Nigerians that have indicated interest to return back to the country. In fact, from our own projection, we are estimating from 2,000 to 4,000. But as we speak, the evacuation exercise was initially scheduled for Thursday to Saturday, but I just got confirmation from our mission in South Africa this afternoon that the exercise will be extended to Wednesday, that is the 10th of June. So the exercise will continue tomorrow, but there is confirmation again that over 500 Nigerian nationals have been screened and cleared to leave the country. So there are plans for Mr. President, in his magnanimity, have also approved 5 evacuation flights from South Africa that will be operated by Air Peace. So the first batch of 270 passengers is expected to leave South Africa tomorrow evening, if the mission will be able to liaise with South African authorities to secure necessary permit and clearance for the aircraft that will be deployed by Air Peace.
And what is the plan for these Nigerians who are leaving? What happens to the businesses they're leaving behind, to their activities, and then what is the plan for them when they arrive back here?
Our consulate general in Johannesburg and also the High Commission in Pretoria activated precautionary measures so that Nigerian business will not fall victim to looting, vandalization, and the case may be. They give out periodic warnings whenever there is publicized informations about the protests. So in that regard, they've not secured significant losses. But I think there are some persons, there are different categories of Nigerians that are coming back. There are this category whereby maybe a family that has been established there for a number of years, the father is not comfortable, children being facing molestation, and the case may be in the street or in the neighborhood. So he want the mother and the children to depart and come to Nigeria, and he will stay back to see what happens, and the case may be. Then there is also the population of those that don't have the rights, legal requirements to continuously stay in South Africa. Either their visas have expired, or they have deficiencies in one or two legal requirements to enable them stay in South Africa. So that particular category of persons to have indicated interest to voluntarily return to the country to avoid running away from law enforcement. So I think there will be our missions will activate the mechanism whereby even if the business owner is leaving his business, as the case may be, there will be a form of identifying what Nigerians own and how they can take it up with South African government in terms of securing those business premises or business interests, as the case may be. Now, for evacuation, if it is a war situation, the normal standing practice is that there will be officials from Nigeria that will meet up of the Refugee Commission, Nigerian Immigration Service, Nigerian Security, that will even move to the departure point to be involved in the screening process. The idea is to avoid a situation whereby you don't bring people that are not even Nigerians to your country, because we witnessed that in other instances where before, when there is evacuation flight, every black Africa will claim to be a Nigerian. So we've had those instances before. So to avoid that, there will be thorough screening. But now our mission is doing the screening with relevant South African authorities, in the sense that the South African equivalent of the Foreign Affairs, which is called the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, in conjunction with the South African Police, South African Immigration Service. Those are the groups that are, or the government agencies that are working hand in hand with our mission to do the screening. Now, when they arrived in Lagos, there is a camp operated by the Nigerian Refugee Commission. So definitely they will be there. They will be debriefed there. And I think there are plans on the way to make sure they have even starter packs and little tokens that will enable them move from Lagos to their respective states, as the case may be.
Yeah, so this is an immediate response, right? The evacuation of these Nigerians. But going forward, because Nigeria still has relations with South Africa, how is the government working with the South African authorities to prevent Nigerians being caught up in such situations as this?
The slogan or the cry of the South Africans that are carrying out these protests is that there are illegal, undocumented immigrants that are flooding their cities. So if this is an immigration issue, South African immigration and Nigerian immigration will have a platform to meet together quarterly and address issue of what are the concerns from the South African government, what are the concerns raised by the Nigerian side. So those meetings will help to address a lot of issues. So since the agreement, and again, in terms of security too, there will be a security committee made up of Nigerian security operative, then South African equivalents too, to address it. And again, if there are very sensitive issues that cannot wait for the quarterly meetings, there is provision for extraordinary meetings where important matters will be addressed. The idea is that when there is any developing issue, there will be someone that Nigerian authorities can easily contact to provide solutions in real time and not waiting for government-to-government reports, as the case may be. So that will help to solve a lot of hindrances or bureaucratic bottlenecks that maybe warrant or cause delay in official response between the operatives of the two governments. So we are anticipating a follow-up meeting soonest that the two sides will sit down to activate the early warning mechanism agreement that have been signed by the two countries. So if that is put in place, it will help to address a lot of issues.
Kimiebi, thank you so much for speaking with us and answering, some of the questions that have bothered our minds regarding the situation of Nigerians in South Africa. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. God bless Nigeria.